Yes, thank you very much. It's great to be here on YouTube. It's me, your host, TONIK TZW, and after a few weeks of having lots of full kill games, we finally managed to crack Kraken 150, and this is the game that we did it in. We're in the Tier 5 Premium Japanese battleship, the Hyuga, and let me tell you that this one is not pretty, it's not all glory, and let's just say this one is going to end with an absolute bang. But sometimes when you're hunting the Kraken, you will do whatever you need to do to bring home that special K. Now, we were playing through the weekly campaign, and I was in with Dave, and I've been taking out my Japanese cruisers, trying to get some fire damage, and Dave said, why don't you take a battleship, and I'll fire AP, and you fire HE, and then hopefully you'll get your fires and get your damage. And I was like, well, I've been playing the cruisers, and to be honest, I'm about halfway there, but frankly, I think I'll get to 10 kills before I get the fire damage. But we decided that we'd do it anyway, because the Hyuga, you've got that wonderful main battery reload booster, and if you get HE on the target, you're good chance you're going to get a burn. Although RNG seem to be screwing around a bit with me today, and oh, there's the first target, a Galicianaire, a long way out, but he is pushing in. Now, you might be looking at my ship and thinking, why are you going backwards, T? What on earth are you doing? Well, there's 4 turrets back there, and the angles on them means that if I'm sailing towards them, I've got to really stick my butt out to get those back turrets on. And at least this way, if Red Team decide to come charging up this flank, I can put it into forward gear, and I can get moving at a much higher rate of knots away from Red Team. There's a Nelson, a fire starter, a wicked fire starter, and he's also got those massive, huge heels on it. No spoilers here, but we'll get to him later. That Legal is getting focused, which is great, and we put a salvo on him, and we've got a destroyer spotted, so we've got 19 seconds to wait before we can get a salvo on him. But there is a fire on the Galicianaire, and that is going to tick and give us our first kill of the game, but our Akatsuki takes out Red Team's Akatsuki, and I'm like, that's pretty damn awesome. You've done a great job there getting rid of him. So here we go. We're going to get shots on at the Nelson. Now, I know that British battleships like the Nelson, especially the Nelson, have that super heal on them, and that they can heal back a significant amount of burn damage. But that just means there's more hit points for everybody else to farm. There is a Dunkirk B out there who is as yet unspotted, so what I want to try and do is to try and bait this Nelson into pushing out a little bit, because keeping an eye on the minimap, I can see where our Akatsuki is. Now, we've got rid of the destroyer, we've got rid of the cruiser, so these battleships are probably very much on their own. But lo and behold, there is a battleship in the middle of 2 brothers, and Sod's Law says that he's not coming through there unless he's got a destroyer coming through with him. That could be nasty. Dave is sat covering the middle, and I think a smoke screen goes up and covers the battleship, which just says there is a destroyer here, and we're going to start pinging the map soon and calling for intelligence and asking for somebody to pull back, but they're not going to. That's not a good thing. Always cover the centre of 2 brothers, because you will get people like the mighty Doug who will want to come charging through there with their divisions. And it's quite an easy way to end the game early on 2 brothers, is to wait for the potatoes. Not saying that the greatest Doug is a potato. He may be at times, but then again, aren't we all? But here we go. We get a full salvo onto that Nelson. We don't get a fire. The Dunkirk is coming out, and he's tucked in on that island. That's perfect position for that destroyer out there on our right to get a flanking fire on him. So here we go, full salvo. He loses a chunk of health. Can we get a fire on him too? No fire. We get a few hits, and I never seem to do well against Nelsons. But there's the T61. That should be a signal for our destroyers that they need to potentially be pulling back and defending this cap. Otherwise, that destroyer is going to break out into the open and give us some problems. Nelson's ticking with fires already, so I'm thinking he's going to burn out. And so I put my salvo onto the Dunkirk and we land a fire there. Slam the engines into full forward, and we are going to open up a little bit of distance because we got lots of range to play with. And Dunkirk takes a torpedo as well. How kind of him to just sit there and wait for those to arrive. Last salvo out, moving forwards, and I'm thinking about this T61 and the fact we've got a Fuso in the middle. And I didn't realise there, but we get rid of the Dunkirk B. I hope that was out of a free crate and that you didn't throw a crap a ton of money at Black Friday crates to get a ship that is basically the same ship but black. Black ships matter, don't they? They certainly do when it comes to wargaming and making money. So we're going to pop our heel. We're going to pull away from this Nelson. He is, as far as I'm concerned, out of the game. He is on his own out there. He's probably not going to make any risky or brash moves. There's torpedoes at the front. There's the T61. Come on, everybody. Let's get onto that T61. Get rid of him. But we have also got that battleship stuck in the middle of that channel as well. It's pretty much even Stevens. We have a slight lead on points because we've killed one more ship than them. But with a Hugo, oh, Nelson's coming back again. This isn't good. He can get his turrets over. Here we go. Can we get a fire on him this time? Got us spotted because he's got us plane up. We're going to have to try and turn into these. He's obviously used his super heal because he was practically dead. So lesson to be learned here. I shot at the Dunkirk instead of the Nelson because I thought he was going to burn down. He didn't. The Nelson has managed to put that fire out and he's managed to heal up again. He is now going to be a problem again. So I should have really put that salvo onto the Nelson instead of the Dunkirk just to make sure that he got finished off. Destroyer is obviously coming through. I'm giving up a broadside to the Nelson, but I know I've got a heal available. T61's there in the middle. 10 seconds. Are we going to be able to get another kill? Fuso, don't want to be broadside to him. He's ticking, but guns off the map is guns off the map. It is going to be a cheap and easy one here. 5 seconds to go. Oh, there's a destroyer there. No, let's have the Fuso. Bye-bye, Fuso. I know somebody's got him on fire, but yeah, let's just take the kill. So it was a bit cheesy on that one, but there's also a Jervis there as well. The T61 has been taken care of. The Nelson's coming around behind us. Our Akatsuki is out there, but he is going to put himself into a spot of bother by getting far too close to that Nelson. Overconfidence kills. It doesn't kill the Nelson, it's going to kill the Akatsuki. There is the Jervis. I have no doubt that there are torpedoes coming my way. I'm not quite in sonar range, but he is spotted. People are taking shots at him, which is great. I have a full salvo of only AP loaded. He's going to stick his backside out and try and get torpedoes out. Here they come, but there we go. Boom, that is kill number 4. He misses with the torpedoes, thankfully. There are 2 ships left in the game. One is all the way to the top on our left-hand side. It's on our left of the screen. The other ship left is the Nelson. And I'm thinking, I did say to Dave, 4 kills. I'm on for a Kraken here. I said it'll be Kraken number 150. All right, it's not a massive game, but hey, it's still a Kraken. And this is where I'm going to show my ineptitude at playing battleships, because this Nelson is going to outplay me. He's going to outplay me quite well, because the reason I was going backwards before, like I said, is because I can get 4 turrets on instead of just 2 and having to show too much broadside. I've got AP loaded. He is bow into me. We're going to try and go through the superstructure as he's coming forward, and then we're going to try and turn into him. But look at that, shots everywhere. Absolutely shocking dispersion. Wargaming do not want me to have this one. I'm going to let those two fires burn. We've got 24 seconds, but look at that. I get absolutely slapped silly. And had I managed to not completely screw that up and throw so many hit points away, I might have decided to put a turn in here and kite away, thinking that these torpedoes from the destroyer are going to pick up this Nelson and my Kraken is going to disappear in front of our eyes. But even there, through the superstructure, absolutely nothing. So if you know where I should be shooting at on this Nelson to do the best damage when he's bowing for me, let me know in the comments, because I am god-awful when I'm shooting at Nelsons. I never seem to get a good hit. It doesn't matter if they're broadside, bow on, stern on, whatever. So I decide, you know something? There's only one way to guarantee myself a Kraken, and that's to get all my guns on, get on his broadside, and absolutely twonk him, and hope that my secondaries can do some damage too. But even though I don't have torpedoes like the Mutsu, the Huger is itself a giant torpedo. This Nelson is going to have had a brilliant game out of it, and I'm sorry to end it this way, but that for me is Kraken 150. Hardly any damage at all. We did pick up a couple of cheap kills, but 150 is 150. So GG's to the Nelson there, who finishes top for his team with a high caliber and 1270 base XP. Our Akatsuki had a good game of it. I take second spot with a below par 1825 base XP. But there we go, Kraken 150. It's been a pleasure, and it's been almost 4 years in the coming and over 16,000 games. Don't forget, smash the like button, leave me a comment to tell me how many Krakens you're on and what your favourite ship for getting them is. And don't forget, you can give me a super thanks tip or become a member of the channel for as little as 99 pence. That's about $1 to you Americans. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, tell your friends, and let's see if we can keep pushing up towards, I don't know, let's set a new target, 1,250. Let's keep going. Take care. Goodbye.